Who was the first project manager mentioned in the Bible? If you guess Moses because he managed millions of complaints in the wilderness, that's more like a customer support manager. But if you guess Nehemiah, congratulations! Nehemiah 6:3. I am carrying on a great project and cannot go down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you? Now, as a project manager by profession, discovering this verse made me realize that I do have a noble profession and that the Bible has its own edition of Project Management Handbook. Think about it. Noah managed the largest boat building project in history with no hardware store down the street. Joseph coordinated Egypt's supply chain and disaster response before supply chain management was even a college degree. And Nehemiah, a cupbearer turned governor who rebuilt Jerusalem's walls in just 52 days, had a very odd team. If PMI had existed back then, Nehemiah probably would have written every chapter of the PMBOK. Okay, enough nerding. Now, back to important stuff. Just because Nehemiah was doing God's work did not make the work any easier. For Nehemiah, there were critics, political pressure, intimidation, false accusation, and people inviting him to just come talk while secretly planning his downfall. Does that sound familiar? Sometimes the biggest threat to our calling isn't failure, it's distraction. Nehemiah's response was simple. I am carrying on a great project and cannot come down. The Hebrew word for great is gadol. It means important, significant, but it also points us towards the greatness of God Himself. In other words, Nehemiah wasn't simply saying, I'm busy. He was saying, I'm committed to the work God has entrusted to me. Paul echoes that same truth in Colossians 3:23 and 24. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. It is the Lord Jesus Christ you are serving. So, what's on your plate today? Answering emails? You're serving God. Doing brain surgery? You are serving God. Speaking kindly to the customer service representative after you've been on hold for 37 minutes? You are serving God. Leading a meeting, changing diapers, stocking shelves, teaching students, fixing cars, managing projects, buying grocery, vacuuming your house, applying for jobs, praying for your family, whatever task you do, every task becomes worship when it's done unto God. So as you begin this work week, remember this. God has called each of us to do a great work. Don't let distractions pull you away from what matters most. Pray like Nehemiah did. Lord, strengthen my hands and keep building what God has placed before you. Remember, you are carrying on a great project. Don't come down to answer your distraction. Thank you for listening.